Hello, it's the Road Glide Rider, and I've got something I'm doing to my Harley that I want to show you to help dress it up a bit. You know, I got my Tour Pak, and of course, it doesn't have anything fancy on it. I got the light I added to the back of it, but I thought I need a little more bling, and also help me if I ever want to go on a trip and need to put a little extra, something like that. So I got me a luggage rack for the Tour Pak, but I didn't want to get this as a plain old luggage rack. So what I got was the Air Wing. So if I want to, I can add LEDs to it if I want to, a little more dress up. I ordered it directly from Harley-Davidson. The advantage of that is it's free shipping. Anything over $50 free shipping for Harley-Davidson. Also, if you're doing your ordering, when you're starting to do the checkout, make sure you check on there because it asks which dealer you want it to be credited to. So you can actually show your dealer is helping you and doing good things for you. So what I did is I got here the instructions, and it comes in that box right there, but it's wrapped up pretty good. In the bubble wrap, and there it is, right here. Now, as you can see, it's got the spots on it, so you can put the LED in it. It's nice and back. Now, it comes with the instructions, spacers, bolts, washers, and the instructions show you how to measure and lay out for drilling your holes. Of course, here the instructions are telling you what to do. Now, I don't have a factory Harley-Davidson Tour Pak. I got mine from Avon Black. The real advantage of the Avon Black Tour Pak versus the Harley-Davidson Tour Pak is inside the lid, it's got little indentations showing where to drill the holes. Now, Harley-Davidson doesn't have that. You have to do the measuring and make sure you get it right. So let's go outside and start getting this ready to drill holes to mount this on. Now, as you can see, the Tour Pak looks really blank with nothing there. So let's set the Tour Pak rack on there and see how it looks with the Tour Pak rack just sitting on it. Now, we'll just set this up here. You can see it helps dress it up a lot. Now, I can't let go because it'll slide off the very end of it. So let's get the holes for it. Now, one of the things that Harley-Davidson recommends, which I did, is I drilled some pilot holes. One, let me look and see what they said here on the thing. It said to drill a pilot hole. Well, 1/16 inch, a small pilot hole. And it tells you to put tape on the outside, but as you can see, if I drill on the inside, it did not affect the paint at all. So now I'm going to get the larger size, which the instructions tell you to drill the larger size, which is a 9/32 inch hole to fit the screws in. So I'm gonna get those drilled out real quick and I'll show you what it looks like. Now I have the holes drilled out, and on the other side, as you see, I didn't do anything to the paint. I did not put any tape on here, so it's not necessary, I do not believe. Drilling from this side, put the tape. Now Harley-Davidson says to drill inside and outside and all kinds of stuff, I guess. I don't think it's necessary, but we'll see. Now let's see if we can get this stuff mounted on. Now, one important thing to note is if you look at the instructions, it tells you there are 3 bolts that are one size, and then there's a smaller hollow bolt that's larger. And there's one washer that's bigger than the other 3, and then you have the caps that go on the rack on the outside, and 4 plastic washers on the inside. 3 of them are smaller and 1 is larger. Make sure you get the correct ones when you put it in. So it tells you to take the 3 smaller ones, a flat washer, and the plastic washer on the inside with sealant to help seal on the inside and attach the Tour Pak. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. Now, as you see, I've got the bolts prepared, got the flat washer on the outside, the plastic wash on the inside, and a little silicone. And I'm going to put it up there, and I'm going to screw the rack up there. Now, on the rack, if you actually look on the rack itself, you can see that this one right here is a little larger than the others. That's the one that goes in, so make sure you don't try to put it in the wrong one, because you'll counter sink the hole and mess up the threads. So let's see if I can get it up there. Now, one thing I should have shown you is the reason it's got the hole in the bolt is because if you're going to add the lights to here to make it easier, the wire goes through here and actually comes out. There's a little plug right here, plugging the hole where the wire will come out to run to the LED lights if you're going to mount it on there. So that's why you got to make sure you get this to the right spot. That's why it's also larger, to make room for the hole that's in the bolt. Okay, let's get this on there. Now, one thing you will notice, there is some Loctite already on these bolts, so you don't have to put more Loctite on there. But that's why it's important to get the silicone on there, because as I go to put this on there, you'll notice that the hole is a little bit bigger than the bolt itself. So you want to seal that up. Let's get it on there. Now, one thing to make sure you don't forget is, don't forget that these go in there and they go under this right here. Make sure when you put this on there, you don't forget that. I went ahead and bolted some bolts in there, just finger tight, so it'll hold in place while I put these on there. So let's get it on there. I didn't put the last bolt in there with the hole in it, because I got to hold on about 3 of them right now. So let's get them in there. Now, make sure when you get these started, okay, the smaller one is 7/16, and the one with the hole in it is a 1/2 inch. Make sure you get the right size washers and spacer up here to fit through the hole, because if you don't, it'll be a pain to get in there. As you can see, the silicone pulled out a little bit around here. It got in there and sealed it up. Well, it's not going to leak into your Tour Pak. Of course, it's got Loctite on the bolts. I get the 1/2 inch there. Got Loctite on the bolts. You don't have to monster it in there, because it's got Loctite. It's got to hold it in there. It's just snug it up, and then it's all in there. Now, as you can see, it dresses up the rear of the bike a lot. And if I want to add LED light here later, I can. I don't have to, but it's also, that's why you go by and make sure you get the holes right, because it's got to have a space here so it does not rub against the backrest. And this dresses up the rear end real good. So, this is the Road Glide Rider. Telling you, it's always easier to do stuff yourself. The rack from Harley-Davidson, about $200, a little over $200, is more expensive. You can get cheaper ones off of eBay and things like this, but hey, the Harley-Davidson, first of all, comes with a warranty. I always felt the chrome and the durability of the rack is so much better, so that's why I go with Harley-Davidson. Now, I'm going to be putting out another one, because I'm going to be putting driving lights on this, and I'm going to be installing the switches in the dash, and the wiring, using factory Harley-Davidson parts. That way it's not a problem later. So this is the Road Glide Rider telling you, if you like this, be sure to hit the like button, the thumbs up. If you think other people can use this, share it with them, and make a comment. Ask me a question you got, and I'll be glad to answer them. You can tell it's a little hot down south. I am sweating a little bit, so I'm ready to get back inside where it's air conditioning. So ride safe. And I'll see you on the road.